Very disappointing. We just didn't turn up. We weren't good enough. I don't know what we expected, but it was definitely not the game that we wanted to play.
All right, we'll go to questions. Scott, go ahead.
Hi, Lou. Yeah, you guys, the early goals really kind of put you into a hole. But you came out the second half and looked like a different team at the start, but missed a couple of chances, and then it seemed to fade away. Your thoughts on what you guys were doing to start the second half and how it got away from you?
I mean, we played probably the start of the second half like we should have played the whole game. We played how we wanted to play and we should have played, but I mean, it's too late to try and claw back a 2-0 deficit, and especially when you go and concede the third in a game like this, it's basically impossible to be able to come back from that.
People saying that when you look at the games this team has lost, it's often been beginning of halves, end of halves, just losing concentration. Any thoughts on why that happens and how you repair that?
I'm not too sure. I mean, I just think personally we have to all look at ourselves in the mirror and we know it wasn't good enough. I don't know if we expected to come into the game and Vancouver just let us win, but it was one of them games where it's do or die for them, and we just didn't put out what we wanted to put out, and now we've unfortunately got to have another game to try and set it right.
Yeah. Steve also said that there were lessons to be learned from this game and that you guys would apply them going into the next game. What do you think are the biggest lessons to learn?
I think it's just intensity. I think if you watch the game, they just wanted it more. There weren't really much difference between the two teams. They just won every second ball, won every 50-50, every fight. They just wanted it more, and you could see that today.
And lastly, what are the biggest challenges that Ryan Gauld poses?
I mean, he's a top class player, and he plays when he plays well. I mean, the team play through him, and it's hard to stop him when he's at his best, and you could see that today.
Wonderful. Liz, thank you.
Thanks.